We got
Let's
Drew.
go.
How you feeling, man? Champ.
Feeling good, man.
How was the commute back to the Netherlands?
So it was quite a quick flight, but I haven't really rested yet.
Yeah,
So I was planning on sleeping, but I was like, if I sleep, then the time will get like all messed up. So
yeah.
I thought like when I got home, did cardio, had breakfast, went to the gym, trained, did cardio, came back, did groceries, ate, shower, and now we're on.
Do you ever find it hard to sleep like for like that week right after a show where like especially after you win? Like do you find like
Yeah.
your emotions are too high to actually like turn off your brain at night?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
be waking up like every 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's like the best feeling and the worst feeling because you really start to feel it like a couple like the week after that is when you start to get hit with it. But
Yeah.
again, bro, congratulations, man.
Thank you, bro.
So what? This is now your third Olympia qualification, right?
Correct.
Was the first time you qualified in 21 or 22?
I think it was 21.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what show did
21.
because I met you in 22 at the Olympia because everybody used to call us twins, right?
Yeah.
It was
I
nuts.
think I think Ben Quill started with that.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, I got that so much after the Olympia. We took that one picture, we posted it online, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're brothers. But again, man, it's kind of crazy to see kind of where we were then to where we are now, right? And still being able to keep that connection. But Drew, what's up, brother? How are you?
What's up, guys? What's
What
up,
up, dude?
What's
Alex?
up?
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's up, DJ?
What's
What's
going
up,
on,
Banks?
brother?
He just got in here. Az, what's up, champ?
Champs in the building.
Yes,
What up?
What's
sir.
going
What up?
down? How y'all feeling?
Back to
Y'all hear
back,
me?
champ. Though
I can hear
that's why
you.
we got you in
Yep.
here to cover up, to cover how you did this, and then what better way to do it with the coach, with the man with the
The
plan.
man
So I
himself.
wanted to break it down. Yeah. So this is the first podcast that we've actually done with a coach.
Yeah.
So we wanted to start doing things with implementing coaches, possibly judges in the near future, but nobody knows your physique better than yourself and your coach. So we kind of want to, kind of just go through the differences. Obviously, I will be honest, I didn't know about you up until Texas, right?
Yeah.
So there's pros, there's Olympians that are qualified, and then there's elite pros. I would put you in the category of being an elite pro now because you just went back to back at two very, very, very big shows. So, I mean, being able to see you in person there, being able to kind of follow the journey throughout the past 2 weeks um, of you going back to back was really, it's different for all the people that are watching this. When you see these guys in person, it is completely different to see the peak, to see them pose, to see them harden up as they're on stage over time. It's a big difference, man. As soon as I saw you, like I said, I'm going to be passing you that trophy. And that's exactly what happened. We spoke it into existence. You had the plan with your coach to consistently get better, to improve, and you're already winning, as far as the Republic of Texas, and then coming in with a much improved look. You just solidified it. And I think with arguably an easy victory, as soon as you walked out, to me, you were the only guy that held his poses, that didn't sweat. I want to also give a shout out to Deke Walker. He's another guy that is seasoned as far as this year, that held his poses, that didn't sweat. You guys weren't moving. You guys were the standouts. Now shout out to Ahmad Shakri. He definitely nailed the best peak that I've ever seen him. And we didn't have him in that top five, but he was a guy who came out really full, peeled, peaked, and he was moved to that center, but slowly started to fade because in comparison to you, he wasn't there. Yeah. So if you break it down right now, your shape is the biggest thing that stands out. So shoulder to waist ratio. You had the best shoulder to waist ratio on stage, and the way that this isn't even the best picture of you, to be honest with you. The
Yeah.
Chicago Pro lighting did improve from last year when I competed, but it's still
It's the backdrop.
not giving justice to your physique. You had second, who was Ahmad Shakri, who definitely a massive dude, very, very big, bubbly, peaked, peeled. His posing, he could not hold for the life of him. And that's something that he needs to start practicing if he wants to qualify, which I think he will if he's strategic with his shows. It just depends on the lineup. Three, we have Deke Walker, who's a guy who is consistently in that top three, top two. And I did have a conversation with him after the show. He's just, I wouldn't say he's burnt out. I think more so mentally, it's a mental frustration with him. because he's so close, but yet so far, right? Now he went, and I told him, I go, this year was the best year that you've ever had. You're actually getting more recognition this year than ever before, even more so over guys who are qualified for Olympia because he's so consistent with his placing. So right in that top three, those were the top three in the call out. And I think that it was a very clear victory for you, Abs. So like I said, I congratulate you 100 times. I'll do 100 more. Well deserved. I'm just jealous you got a ring. I didn't get a ring last year. I saw that ring.
Tough.
I'm like,
oh, I thought that was like you were passing it over to him or something.
Yeah.
No, they were giving
dope,
all the winners the rings, and I was like, damn. I'm like, that's sick. You got to go get that thing fitted though. It was falling all over you.
I was just about to say, before we dive into it, obviously I'm watching the live stream. I'm seeing this all happen, right? I see him put the ring on your finger, all right? And then, first of all, that was Mook in the first place. And then, secondly, how did the ring just fly off? Like, the ring just flew.
It was massive, bro.
Yeah, it's really big. Like, look at this.
Bro.
Does it even fit any of your fingers?
Yeah, like
this one is it kind of fit the middle finger, bro. Who puts the ring on the middle finger?
Yeah. He's like, will you do the honors? And I'm like, all right. So I put it on. I'm like, what finger you want? So I'm like thinking, hey, right here. Flipped right off of him. I'm like, all right, well, that's a new. I didn't expect to even be given a ring. So I'm like, hey, that's pretty dope. I'm like, now I gotta come back.
I thought it was for the women categories or like for the amateurs or something.
Well,
I thought it was just gonna be for the open guys, to be honest.
It was dope, bro. Like I'm being real. That's a big reason I want to do St. Pete. That ring is dope. Like some of the trophies, man, they inspire you to get there. But
nothing beats the sword, though. When they used to do the
sword.
I know we're all getting these
the
battle pieces now.
awesome.
They had to take away the trident from Miami because it was deemed a weapon, so they couldn't travel with it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say same with a sword. Like I heard, like in UK, some one guy, he won the sword and he was like playing with his best friend like backstage.
Yeah,
and it fell and it. I think it is.
They're real. They come with rubber stoppers on the end. They're real.
Yeah, they're real.
It's like an actual dagger. You could cut somebody with it.
Erin, out of somebody who probably won the most trophies out of all of us, what's your favorite trophy that you brought home? And I don't mean sentimental. I mean the actual like coolness of the actual trophy. I bet he.
O. It's just the O because it's a glass. It's a glass vase. Every other show. I mean, I did on the show.
Oh yeah, you did.
No, but the thing is, bro, like, I mean, I would say probably one of my favorite trophies has to be the New York Pro Trophy. That shit is massive.
It is.
Yeah,
bro.
That's a big one.
I walked through the airport, like, they was like, oh my gosh, congratulations. And I'm like, this shit should have been packed.
Was that your first pro win?
That was my first pro win.
Yeah, so it's sentimental and how big it is too. I was talking to ABISAI, and he's like, before even prejudging, he's like, man, I saw that trophy. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back home. I go, well, we'll cover it. We'll cover that when we get to that point. But after prejudging, I'm like, all right, now we're gonna start thinking about how.
Bro, I broke both of them, bro.
Some people will ship it for you.
Yeah, they will.
Some promoters ship it.
Yeah,
I took it by the hand and I broke like both of them, like small pieces, like the corner.
Yeah, the sides of the trophy.
Yo, you have the trophy next to you?
Yeah.
Let me look at it, because that thing looked massive online.
It was big, man. It was heavy too. I was sitting there holding it during.
Drew, was yours the same from last year?
Was
it the same trophy?
No. So last year we just got a medal, a backpack, and then the little check.
Wait, they gave you two?
Yeah, this one is Texas.
Oh, Texas. Yeah, that's clean.
That one's
the Texas one's dope.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah, this one is dope, bro.
Yeah, it's clean.
Like you have the things written on it.
Yeah,
it's like the Arnold one.
Yeah,
Bernadette does a good job with her show.
I like that Texas one.
You know, I would have the New York one, but if it wasn't for fucking DJ, I was pissed. As soon as, bro, Chiron was not talking about doing the New York Pro that entire year, and then out of nowhere, his name pops on the list. I'm like, this.
Chiron's known for doing that, though. You guys are being
still ain't even put the Dubai Pro list out.
Wait, yeah, I was waiting. Wait, it's not out yet, right? Yeah, bro, I'm literally waiting for it to cover it for my video. But regardless, man, we have some special guests on here. I want to take a quick second because your guys' relationship is pretty new, right? You guys started working together in January, and the success that you guys are already having is pretty insane. And I'm curious, one, AB, why did you want to work with Derek in the first place? And then same thing with you, Derek. From there, what was the thought process of taking a year off to improve to get to this position?
Okay, so I always wanted a coach. Like when I was starting like coming up, even when I qualified the second time, like I qualified, but it was like I had someone that was helping me, but it was more like a family thing. So it's like I would give my meal plan, I will do this. It's like no specific changes. Like you know when your body change, you're supposed to change the plan and stuff like that. All everything remains the same. Peak week, the same as the week prior, the year prior. We did the same thing, but your body keeps maturing and keeps evolving, so it won't work.
Yeah.
So I ended up qualifying the second time, and 2023, yeah, last year, we tried again, and I missed second. I got second place at Dubai. It went good, but I was trying my own stuff, you know, like eating more carbs for the peak week. I was just freestyling. So I was getting my meal plan, getting the peak week, but I was trying out my own stuff. And then DJ saw that, and he was like, he sent me a message like, bro, you look dope. And like, thanks, bro. I don't have a coach. I did have someone, but and he was like, bro, if we start working together, we can do some damage. And from there we started talking, and I was like, okay, let me talk to the other person first, and once I get the green light, I'll hit you up. And the rest is history.
That's nuts, man. And he never lied, because now fast forward to now, you can clearly see the successes that you had. Now, did you decide to take that year off? Well, I guess it technically wasn't a full year off, but the time off.
We did like a 3-month off season because I was on vacation. It wasn't even that serious. We did like a 3-ish months of off season, and when I got the opportunity for like my job, they asked me to go to US to work, and I looked it up and I saw it was Texas. So when I saw it was Texas, I sent DJ a message. I was like, bro, I'm coming to US for work. I want to do a show in US. And he was like, bro, we're not done with off season. You're not done. We still need to make the improvement. And he was like, but opportunity doesn't come that often. So, okay, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So then we just decided to start prepping. And after every week, the body kept changing like bum, 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 bum. You know? And it was like, for me, it's something new because the way that he works, I've never had that.
Yeah. And what would you say the biggest difference is working with DJ compared to your previous coach? Obviously, there's added detail, like you mentioned, but is there anything specific that you've noticed that you like and your body likes?
Yeah, DJ is like everything is like structurally planned. Like, you know what you need to eat, you know what you need to take. When your body change, he changed certain stuff. So like, and also like he gives you like the time. This is when you do this. This is when you this. This is when you do this. And I like that. I'm like a robot. You tell me to do something, I will do it. And with my previous coach, it was like I would have like white fish, celery, almost kind of no fat. And with him, we didn't even had fish just prep. So it's like it's completely different style, and I know it just works, man. You know what he's doing.
Yeah. And what about you, D? Like your experience working with him, right? You guys didn't have tons of time together, you know, but with that, were you confident in the ability to, you know, get to where you guys are now?
To be honest, in the beginning, no, because I wanted to complete the whole offseason first. But when he hit me up and he was like, yo, they're flying me out there. And I was like, this opportunity is not going to come. So I was like, you know what, let's just do it, see what happens. And then we started the prep, and then his body just started changing like fast. Yeah. And once I started seeing that after like the first couple of weeks, I was like, okay, we're on to something.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I was like, bro, we got to finish this offseason. Let's not do it. So at the beginning, no.
So,
but you can see, like when I see my physique, I see maybe it's me, but I see a bunch of flaws.
Yep.
But we all do,
Yeah.
and that's what's going to make you great.
That's
The
everybody.
best see the flaws. There's two types of people: the ones that think that they're better than they are, and then the ones that think that they're not good enough. Now, you could think you look good, but when you have something to work forward to, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
you're going to look in the mirror and see all of your flaws. That's the thing. We don't give ourselves credit for what we actually do have. So that is a good thing. But I think the best part of all this is that you had a good understanding before ever getting the right coach. And I'm not saying that your last coach was wrong, but look at how much you achieved in a short period of time without a full off season with DJ. I think being able to do a lot on your own and understand, how your body's adapting before getting a coach like DJ is the best thing, because you kind of learned everything by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a good understanding, and then you're already structured on your own, and you're keeping yourself obligated to do the things that are expected of you. And you add a coach into it.
I remember he asked me, he was like, what are the things are you taking? And I told him like this, and this. And he was like, that's it? Bro, you're on nothing. wait until I get you on the good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
And that's the thing, right? And sometimes it's having a coach to identify, I'm not going to say the norm of, but just kind of understanding how the body is maximized, right? That's everything, bro. And like, again, I think that's what having a high level coach is, because like, for example, I've seen people, take the kitchen sink and they think that that's what they need to do. And then I see coaches who pull things down, who then it optimizes, right?
You get more results from less if you do it correctly.
Exactly.
Less is more, always.
And that's what I've realized. We talked about that in the last podcast, right? So I think we're now starting to, or the way that he was maximized was almost just through structure, and then actually having somebody who makes adjustments based off the trends that they see over time, and not necessarily having a fixed, consistent, prep that's just compared to the previous prep, right? Because your body changes every single prep, let alone every single week when you're, getting that lean. So that's so important. Now, I do want to dive into the show, learn or go over the placement and so on and so forth. But before we do that, you guys talked about one thing specific that you did differently from Texas going into Chicago. And I've always wanted to ask DJ this specific question because, my coach is pretty against this. And we also see this play out not in favor for Sadik in this situation. So I'm curious to know how you manage this. When it comes to the way that you load clients into shows, right? You're known for doing it with the pancakes. I see your guys up early together, the camaraderie aspect when they're at IHOPs or Waffle House, right? I want to know your thought process behind that. And is that something that you try to do for every single one of your clients?
So yes and no. There's certain guys who respond well to it, and there's certain guys who don't. It's a lot of trial and error with it. Most of the times we'll try it out, and it doesn't work, then we're not doing it again, obviously.
Yeah.
But for example, Chiron, we first hopped back in last year, we did that Daytona show, and we would normally load him pancakes. Body does great on it, but we switched it up. But we kept it dirty, but we switched it up to like a breakfast sandwich, and his body just like soaked that in like crazy. So we ran that into Legions, and then same thing. But then other clients, their body can't absorb that. So it's really case by case. A lot of people think like you shouldn't do it. Yeah, I see it. It's a risk, but to me, it's a calculated risk.
Okay. And do you typically try going into the show with them, or is it we're going to trial and error it in the first peak week?
Like a peak, a mock peak early.
Peak. Yeah, normally do a mock peak.
Okay. So, and then with you mentioned how the pancakes, maybe it was the syrup, which we'll get into later, but where it didn't necessarily work within, you don't feel like it brought your body to life the way that, a burger did, right? So is that something that you're going to continue to carry into future shows where, hey, I'm not going to have pancakes, or I'm going to stick with the burger?
I think I'll probably try the pancakes one more time, but for now, I want to play it safe.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all scared him. I watched y'all, and I remember, I think it was Aaron. He was like, talking about doing it dirty, and he was like, "Hell no, y'all doing that shit in the dark." And I feel like after you said that, it hit me. He was
after
like,
you guys said that,
"Yo, can we keep it clean this show?" I was like, "Y'all watching it? Aaron scared you. I already know it, but hey, that's fine."
I saw the podcast. I was like, "No, I'm gonna hit DJ up, DJ for Chicago. We're gonna do it clean, bro."
But you got to understand, like DJ was saying, it's a trial and error with everybody, and everybody's body is different. You know what I mean? So my body, I mean, we've tried it before. That shit did not work for me. So I just kept mine clean on the cleaner side. But again, it's based off of your body and how your body responds to certain things. And if you are holding a little bit, those pancakes might help you suck it all in. Pause. But at the end of the day, it's just on what you what your body is doing. You know what I mean? So since I get to talk, y'all was talking. I do want to congratulate you, man. You've been tearing shit up, and it's definitely a physique. It's definitely a physique. I can tell you right now, a lot of the top guys are looking at because you have the structure, you have the shape. Just listening to Tyler and his feedback on you, man. You fix those minor things, and boy, you finna do some shit. So keep doing what you're doing.
It means
bro.
a lot, bro.
It's all respect. I've already sent you a couple messages, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Oh yeah,
bro. You just keep giving me motivation to just lock in and keep going, because my head's been like fully lately, like
but that's the thing, man.
relationship-wise, work-wise.
That's the thing, and it's kind of like, just listening to you say that, it's kind of like something I went through. But I on my end, I don't know what you got going on personally, but mine was just more on a little bit more of the negative side, to where I had to really take that step back and refocus. So I know you got a lot of shit going on, especially after winning these shows, people messaging you certain deals and yada yada yada. But man, just stay focused, man. At the end of the day, you're only one person. You can only control what you can control, and do what you got to do to, like I said, to make those improvements and step on that old stage and do some crazy shit. I can see you in the top 8 easily.
Thank you. I was talking to DJ about that, because it was like, I'm not a selfish person, and this sport, it tends to make you selfish either way you don't want to. And it's like, I love my girlfriend so much, and seeing her like not getting the attention that she wants, and it was like really affecting me. And it was a certain point, like when she came for Texas, she was like, she didn't want to tell me because I was in peak.
You was in your mode,
but she ended up telling me like right after. But I could have sensed something was off, but she told me like after Texas. But after Texas was peak week of Chicago, bro. That the moment she told me that, and we grabbed a flight, we went back to Alabama, because we went to Alabama where I work, and then we flew to Chicago. I got to Alabama the day after, my body was like a whole tons of water. It was like the physique was gone in like one day, bam.
You know,
that's the thing, man. Is controlling the narratives. I mean, and I'm glad she didn't say that before. You know what I mean? But you gotta. That's some shit that you really can't control. So like I said, the shit that I went through in 2023, it showed in my physique at the Olympia, at the Legion. I thought I was on at the Legion, but unfortunately, I didn't get that. Chiron got that. So it was just so much up and down. And my personal life is just, what you got to control, what you got to control, and don't let shit stress you to where you hold a ton of water.
It's
At
hard.
the end of the day, it's learning on talking through things rather than holding them all in your brain and letting your brain go crazy and you go crazy like fuck. And now you hella stressed. So you know what I mean? I've learned to talk shit out and learned how to operate and move and keep certain shit in the brain and let shit go. And it's a process that you got to kind of learn, especially with, I'm going to tell you right now, from now growing the ranks, there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to be put in your mind and put in your brain and shit like that. So, man, just like I said, man, just stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. You right there, bro, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
And trust me, I don't tell that to everybody. So you should be. Take that seriously, bro.
I'll definitely take that seriously, bro. And you guys are just, I know, like, example. Like you guys motivate me to get better. You know, I've been watching you guys for a while now, so it's like to be able to talk to you guys and like seeing you guys talk about me is just more fuel to the fire. Like I want to keep getting better and keep improving.
You know, I'll say this before we get into Chicago. We had a chance to meet, like I said, to start the pod back in 22, but we never had a chance to truly get to know each other, right?
Yeah.
Drew, after speaking with him, I speak to Drew pretty often, and he was simply saying, you know, he's a great athlete, but he's a better man, you know, based off the conversations that we had. And, you know, that's when I realized this is the personality that needs to be shown more for the men's physique division, you know, because I think a lot of the drama gets highlighted, whereas not as much of the positive, because it's the drama that sells. Where if we can slowly change that narrative by introducing, you know, the community to people like you, because, you know, you're somebody who is pretty, like Drew said, pretty unknown until this season. And, you know, I think your person.
Man, let me stop y'all on that though. Y'all quit fucking saying that man is unknown.
Yeah,
When I saw that
knew me.
Compared to what he is now, though.
I know,
okay,
hell no. It's
under
not
the radar.
compared to nothing.
When he saw my name, he
I
knew
saw
already.
him a while ago, my even like the 2021 era, 2022, bruh, I saw him like that dude. He gonna be something. And I've always seen that physique, and I'm like, that shit. When he puts that shit together, it's going to be nasty.
Because I can see like if
y'all may not be
maturing.
You were under the radar.
Y'all may not.
You were under the radar, and then now people know. You know, there's no question about that. And that's from
absolutely.
That's from your social media, because there's no question. I think your social media should be way higher than it is. Like you are somebody who is the definition.
That's the thing, though, because like even from the beginning, a lot of people were telling me like post off. But the thing is, I'm like my dad. I'm not that social media type of person.
You're
like
extrovert.
I can stay in my house like with all the blinds closed all day long, and my girlfriend would just come in and just open everything, like get some sun in here, bro. What's wrong with you?
Fair enough, but like I said, your personality, who you are, people can't help but pay attention now, right? So now highlighting, you know, the outside of the physical attributes and more of the mental, I think that's going to be, you know, the thing that takes you to the next level, because
but that's the thing too. Like he has to, you have to find that balance, because a lot of it is about that balance. I mean, you're talking about a relationship that you really love, so that got to come into play. Your bodybuilding come into play, your mindset, all your mental, it all has to click. You know what I mean?
Work,
so
9 to 5, everything comes. You gotta find a balance.
It's hard, man. And trust me, for people, we all have families in here. And I know Drew is on that OnlyFans, but you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. But
he's lying.
Right, let's get into Chicago. I'm gonna let Drew do his thing. But again, this show, there was a lot of hype going into it. All right. Again, obviously the hype of Sadik coming back. And then from that, we had the storyline of Deke Walker, who has literally never placed outside of the top 2 outside of this show. And then Ahmad, you know, he was the youngest. I think he turned pro at 19, and he was on the Olympia stage in 22, took a year off to improve, especially after they added the weight cap on. So he's already a bigger guy. So, you know, he needed to streamline his look a little bit. And obviously you coming off the Texas win, a lot of hype behind that. So let's start off. You know what? Let's start off with number 5. We'll circle back to 6.
Okay. All right. So we have Darwin, IFBB Pro.
Wait.
Because we need to talk, because we're going to talk about that a little bit more. That's why we're not going to.
You do that segment on Alex Toplin page. Do that on Alex Toplin page.
We have 3 people. We have 3 people who were there in person. There's a lot of hype behind what just happened. I'd rather get their perspective and trying to figure out what they've seen in person.
Okay.
All right. So 5th place, we had Darwin. Definitely improved, right? He's a denser guy. He has more of a blockier shape to him. Not the best structure because he carries so much weight in his upper body. I think that this is definitely one of his best looks. I think his conditioning is up there with the rest of the guys. I just think he needs more back detail, and I think he needs to kind of add a little bit more size throughout his shoulders just to highlight more of that taper. He did fix his waist line a little bit as far as the way that he was posing. And he does watch the page. I did talk to him in person, and he did listen and improve and apply it. So you could definitely tell that his front pose looks a lot more comfortable with his look.
Yeah.
But I think for him to be a future contender at winning a show or potentially being in that top three, if you look at the top three, it's just a lot denser as far as through this area and highlighting that waist. But definitely out of everything that he could improve on, I think his back is what needs just more detail. A lot of thickness, but just needs to kind of shape that detail, that lower back to kind of match that upper, because he's very upper back dominant. Widen those lats out, and I think that he'll be more of the men's physique that they're looking for. But I think he looked great. I think it was his best show of the year. I don't know what his future plans are going to be, but if he's listening to this, just focus more on back detail, little things like that. A lot of guys don't understand that this takes time. There's not too much you could change going into another show aside from getting tighter or playing around with your peak. If you need a specific muscle group to improve, you need to take that off season. So if he doesn't have another show going on, I would just say, hey man, go in your off season, nail that back hard. Same thing that I've been doing, same thing with any other guy that kind of has their back as a weaker point. You just have to really focus on adding that density, and not just density overall to the areas that you need, because he does have more of an overpowering upper trap. So just bringing out that lower lat detail. Fourth place, Mario Stewart. I was really impressed with him, and he's a lot taller in person too. His physique really flows. He comes to life when he poses. I think his abs are crazy peeled, a lot of detail. I think he could afford a little bit more fullness throughout his chest. His shoulders look really good. His back, a little bit more detail.
That's
just that lower. If you look at Deke Walker and then you look at Mario Stewart, you could see the difference in detail. And they both have a very,
and even in Mario, like that's my guy. He's from Houston. Like in his posing, he just needs to be more smoother as well. I know he's one of those tenser posers, but slow it down and really showcase it. Breathe out, show those lines, show the detail. You know what I mean? So I think once he's another one of those guys. Once he puts it together, add that fullness throughout the chest and that detail in the back, he's doing big things.
Yeah,
he has a
clean physique. I like his shape a lot.
Yeah, this is a big placing for him. Like I believe is the highest of his career, and this is his best look. He looks phenomenal. I think, Aaron, you have a good eye with this. Do you think he's turning too much, like closing off his look too much?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
You can't see that lat. You can't see that other lat.
It don't look bad. He just needs to show it more.
I think
he's got a great front pose. Just needs to show it more.
I think his waistline is fine.
He's too turned. He just needs to square it up.
Yeah.
Like, bro, his right shoulder is pointing at the head judge.
Yeah.
That should be pointed at that last judge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
that's a good way to put it.
Just to kind of give a visual look, an idea. But it's turned a little bit. It's turned a little too much.
But again, fourth place looked phenomenal, and definitely a bright future ahead of him. And the guy we've talked about week over week at this point.
I don't know what else I can say. Damn, Dick.
So
Dick is my guy. Like at the end of the day, Dick is my guy. You know, man, it's all respect. Hey, keep pushing, bro. I know this shit kind of it is nerve wracking. But again, bro, you have the look, you have it. It's just what's being presented at these shows, and it's not saying that you do not have the shape, but it's kind of hard to be the shape like Ab. Like that's very hard to.
And
be.
That's what we're saying. We're not saying that he has necessarily a bad shape, but I know Alex said on his last video, Deke does have a good shape. But when we talk about shape, it's who he's next to.
Yes.
You're next to a guy like ABISAI, who has one of the craziest physiques in the world in our division, and shape is the final boss of it all, right? Deke has everything. I think Deke was the most conditioned in the show. Yeah. I think he had the closest peak to his Miami peak.
100%.
Seeing him in person, and I could tell by his legs. I could see when he's really peaked by how vascular, dry, and cross-striated his legs are. And I told him this backstage.
Look at this. Bro, it looks like sandpaper.
Yeah, he's wild, man. He looks like a raw piece of meat. Like
That boy is
he's
dry.
I just
Bro,
can't.
Dry
I
and
talked
hard. Pause.
to Dick backstage. This guy's mentality is like
It's
it's like a
different.
dog, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different, bro.
Uh,
He told me like, bro, I just need 2 minutes, then I'm on to the next one. He's like, I'm gonna keep going, gonna keep pushing. I was like,
Bro,
bro,
most
respect to
people
you.
at this point, I would tell them to stop. Right? Like we talked about Chevy last week, right?
He
Chevy
doesn't
and
want
him
to stop.
they had very similar placings, right? Like, throughout the season. But there's no question that I do believe Deke should keep going. It doesn't like we all know he could be dangerous. What do you think, DJ, as a coach,
So
right? If he's your guy,
How many shows has he done?
this is his
I believe
fourth.
6 or 7.
6.
No,
This-
he's way more
Six?
than 4.
This
He's way
season?
more than 4.
Yeah,
I think
it's 6 or
6.
7.
I mean,
Chicago had to be.
honestly,
I asked him, but I don't. Yeah, I think it's 6, man.
Oh shit.
I mean, at that point, your physique's going to slowly start deteriorating. You can't bring that crispiness that many times in a row. It's hard.
6 times.
Like
The part that gets me
it's
upset.
there.
But
Go
I
ahead.
say he only probably missed one or two.
Yeah.
Even
This
though
this
he's
one
doing
this
these
this
shows.
look this look was dope as well.
It was full. He brought a
Is
full
he still?
package.
Is he still planning to compete?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he's doing
he's
Tampa.
doing
What
Tampa.
show?
He's doing
Tampa.
Tampa.
So listen, he's gonna be one of the favorites in that show, but there's also some other good guys doing that show. But
I'm not
So
sure
why
Chris
is he
doing
not
that
doing
show.
Texas Pro?
bro, I'm so upset the fact that he didn't do Columbia. Why didn't he get back in front of Tyler? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense.
So I'm going to tell you guys what I told him backstage. Like after he was done, after everything settled with his placement, like Ab said, like give him 2 minutes. He's on the next one. Cause he's just that guy that's so motivated that he doesn't get the answer he needs. He's on to the next one. Right. And, you know, I always saluted in mentality like that because it reminds me a lot of myself. You know, you can't control anything. But I did tell him, I said, Deke, you're literally doing all these shows. And what's the goal? The goal is obviously Olympia, right? And he's like, yeah, the goal's Olympia. And I told him, and he knows about the gyno and all that. And I said, it's progressively getting worse because he's getting leaner, and he's also flattening out slightly each show. Not crazy, like to where he's flat, but he's flatter compared to his other shows when he was fresh. And these guys are coming out fresh, right? Like Abs, you're still fresh. Ahmad's fresh, you know, like you got these guys that are coming in fresh, and he's 6 shows deep. I said, your goal is to go to the Olympia. Now, let's say you do qualify in Tampa. Are you going to bring an improved look to the Olympia? Because you're going to have to stay back on cycle. You're going to have to keep pushing. That gyno's not going to go anywhere because that's old gyno. That's just where it's at. So do you want to go to the Olympia to be a contender, or do you want to go to just participate? I told him I made it realistic for him because I was told the same thing last year. And I'm like, listen, you made such a name for yourself this year. Like you are a name in men's physique because you will never be out of a top 3 conversation at a show. Top 5 at any show. I mean, look at Pittsburgh. Look at all these big shows that he did. He made so much out of his career being in those 2nd, 3rd place spots than he ever did, you know, even if he were to qualify one time out. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I recommended if you cut your season short, that's more time to improve for next year. Come out the gate early, get a dub, and then focus on the Olympia. But I know he's a guy who loves to compete, but sometimes your love for competing doesn't necessarily outweigh the goal at hand. So that's just something that I told him. I'm like, I've been there many times in your spot. And I know his goal is just to get the Olympia. But the thing is, once he qualifies, which he will, and theoretically he should be qualified by now. I told him, I said, if he would have done Toronto, if he would have done DC, if he would have done Mile High, any of those given shows, he would have been the front runner and he would have been qualified by now. Okay. I think the type of shows that he's picking out aren't necessarily the best for strategy. But I mean, he wants to show out, man. He wants to smoke with everybody, and he's showing that he belongs with the best in the world. And he showed pushing Vitor. He showed being next to you guys this past weekend. Like he's up there, but in order to move up, he needs to take time. And right now, I don't think he's progressing any better because he's going to be the hardest, the driest, the leanest, the most conditioned at each show. But I mean, that only goes so far when you have guys like yourself, Abs, and you have guys like Ahmad who just are fresh that have the shape. You know what I'm saying?
DJ, if he's your client, right? So what would you tell him in this situation if he was, you know, being coached by you?
I would honestly say almost the same exact thing Drew did, because it's like, what's your goal? Do you want to be good at Olympia? Because it's like you keep doing the shows, it's going to be hard. You're just going to go to Olympia pretty much to participate. Your body is at this point, it's tired. Like it's hard to do that many shows and then get ready for Olympia. It's you're not gonna have a good showing there. Me personally, I would like just shut it down, bro. Shut it down and come back harder next year.
Because it's not like he needs to grow much. His back, yes, but it's not like it's necessarily a size thing. If you look at it, like he stands even next to sitting Ahmad, right? He's holding his own. It's just, again, I think it's like you said, Erin. It's almost like who he stands next to more than anything else, not necessarily how he shows up. Because granted, Miami, it was a crazy, crazy package, right? But I don't even think if he brought the Miami package to the show, he would have been. You know what I mean? So it's
he wasn't too far off.
I think he would have been the same placing. To be honest,
I think he literally would have been the same exact
off.
placing.
It's
so
not
like
too far off.
If we can sit here and say his best package of all time wouldn't even have him beating a second place here at the Chicago Pro. And again, that's no slight to him. It's just, hey, take some time off, rest your body, fine tune the back, because that's the only thing I can say muscle wise that is holding him back. Because everything else, man, he controls his variables. He's going to be lights out with some added time. But again, we love Deke. We talked about him every fucking episode at this point, but we're excited to see what he does. I know Tampa, he lives in Miami, so it makes sense that it's, it's only like a 3-hour drive for him. So not the end of the world. I'll be there in person, still trying to convince Drew. So we'll have an opportunity to see what he does and go from there. But again, Ahmad Shakri. Now, this guy, seeing him walk out on stage was an instant freak factor. This amount of muscle on this frame was absolutely
I think
insane.
he has too much muscle.
Definitely.
I was going to say that too.
Too much.
Definitely too
This
much.
guy is 25. Like he's 1 year younger than me, and he's twice as big as me. It's just mind.
I'm surprised he made the weight.
So that's why I think he took the year off.
I think he told me like he's quite a few kilos below his weight cap.
Well, the biggest thing for me is his upper body's so dominant that I think that the weight is coming out of his legs. So if you look at his physique, it's like, hey, how does he make this weight? But then you look at his legs. Now he doesn't have weak legs by any means, but his upper body is so dramatically bigger than his legs that it makes his legs look offset.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look like men's physique. I'm sorry. With that,
he came out looking like a bodybuilder, dude. He's fucking big in person, bro. And I've seen it. I've seen him backstage. He's big.
Yeah, he's really big. His physique is impressive, hands down.
It still flows, but it's just the size of it. Yeah, it's
that pose doesn't help him at all. He just looks bigger with both hands on hip. Like you got to streamline a little bit your posing if you're really big.
Like if the first thing you see or think of when men's physique athlete walks out is, oh shit, he's big, wrong division. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day,
he has a 212 conditioning hardness to it.
He does. That's the best way to say it. Like he looks out of this division. There's no way you show this photo to anybody, they're going to sit there and say that's a men's physique athlete.
And his coach just coached the open bodybuilder champ. So they have a recipe for the way that they're, you know what I'm saying? It's not just specifically men's physique. Like, and I'm sure their protocols are somewhat
we know
similar.
the recipe. We know the recipe.
I need some of that.
But to give a physique guy the same recipe as an open
which
guy,
is
you
crazy.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Crazy.
I think he's coached by like the team that Big Ramy was coached by now. Like the camel crew.
Yeah. The Kuwait.
Yeah.
I think Kuwait or Egypt.
And they're known for what? Size.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you look at him and if you look at my physique, it's like me standing next to him is like I have like baby muscles. And he's like full and dense. Like, no, seriously.
Like, but that's the thing. Like men's physique isn't supposed, like we rank this
look at the shoulder to waist ratio, just looking at that picture.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Now people will say, oh, second should have won. If it's a bodybuilding show, yeah, but the division isn't bodybuilding. The criteria, men's physique is a clean, pretty look. The way that your physique flows, abs, is pretty, and you still look at the back. Like you just have everything for what the division represents. He is on the cusp of being too big, and I think that he was awarded for his conditioning and his improvements.
Yeah.
But I mean, he still, to me, is on the cusp of not being men's physique. He just needs to downsize. If anything, he should have came out without a pump, to be honest with you.
Seriously.
Seriously.
He should have came
I would have never pumped up.
He was hitting push-up backstage and was like when I do push-ups, my arms go like 2 times as big, so I don't do push-ups.
Yeah.
This guy was doing like 100 reps of push-ups.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man. It's just he made tons of improvements. There's no question. Like the version of him in 2019 or 2022 when he stood on the Olympia stage. I'll never forget it. Like I remember because he was the youngest on
No, he was hyped up too. He was really hyped up.
Especially like when Hart was covering him. Like
he got into it with a couple people at the Olympia.
He did, bro. I remember
backstage.
Yes, backstage. And I remember after the show, he was sitting outside of the venue, like literally in the venue, smoking with his crew right there. I know he's pissed. I know he's pissed right now. But he was 22. He was 22. He was the youngest Olympian that year. I remember I was the second youngest. And I was like, it was a lot of the conversation about him going into the show. And I just remember how big he was. And, you know, I know some of the stuff that he looked unhealthy back then. So I'm happy to see he does look healthier. Like
which year was that? 2022?
Yeah, that's when I met you.
I was the second youngest.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Why you gotta take that from me, man? All these years later.
Dude, I thought I was the youngest. And I'm like, damn, they just get younger and younger.
Yeah, no, that's
God damn. I feel like fucking Grandpa Yankee.
Banks, you're leading the way, bro. Keep doing what you're doing.
Aaron he started bodybuilding later than all of us. That's the crazy.
When Aaron was 26, he had a dad bod.
But he has
no. Let's back that up. No, I only had a dad bod for 9 months. I just showed y'all the fat boy. Before that, I was actually in shape. Before that. But then I just went down a crazy drinking, partying, the whole fashion stylist lifestyle road, and that just didn't lead to the right looking Erin Banks, you know. So again, it was about 9 or 10 months I was out of shape, but then I had to kick it back into high gear. I trust me.
It was your journey, man.
God
planned it for you. Yeah. Look where you're at now.
Absolutely.
You needed that to get to here.
100% right.
And then
I needed it all of it. Every lesson that I've been taught, I needed it all to be in this position that I'm sitting in right now.
Oh yeah. And
stronger, much wiser.
And obviously at first place, we got the champ himself. Now, instead of sitting here hyping you up the whole damn time, right? But I'm curious to know what you think you need to be better in going into the Olympia.
First, always been the thing. I think condition. And when I do bring condition, like when you see that first video in Texas, when I do bring like good condition, you can see like not the top one, the left, yeah, that one. When I do bring good condition, you can see like my upper chest is a little bit flat. That's what Tyler's told me. It's like he wants fuller chest. So when I bring like crispy condition, this part flats out.
You look grainy here though. That's kind of
It's
a really good look, man. Like, and the crazy, I knew when I saw your updates going into the Chicago Pro, I was like, oh shit, he got dramatically better in such a short amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's when I was like, I'm sorry. I mean, we gave predictions going into the show when everybody had obviously Sadik, Deke in those conversations. But I mean, this look it's hard to beat structure. And we talk about this pretty often on the podcast. So I'm going to ask the coach this question. I need you to rank structure, mass, and conditioning on what you think the judges prioritize in the men's physique division.
Structure, mass, and condition.
Yeah. Like
one structure, 2 conditioning, 3 mass.
Exactly. So this is the definition of that. Like your strengths go in that exact order, right? And because of that you're noticing you're getting rewarded. And all you need to do, just like you did from Texas to Chicago, is continue to fine tune, right? Yes.
Finding the right formula.
Exactly. Like there's no question. Like you're a tall guy, you're wide, like your clavicles are insane. So because of that, the surface area for your chest is stretched. So there's going to be some added mass there to truly maximize your look, but yet and still, with that in terms of the surface area, you still have a good amount of muscle on your body. Otherwise you would look stringy if you didn't have, you had none. Right. And from now, man, like you have time to let your body rest. And that's the best part. You have time to let your body rest, let your mind rest, spend some time with your family, your loved ones, and then really kick things into gear here in the next, 12 weeks going into the Olympia. That's going to allow you to be the best version of yourself. Like you're not going to be out of shape, right? You're already fine tuned. So now you just got to continue to, put those nails in those coffins.
Fun fact in Texas, when we were doing like check-ins in front of a DJ, and when Dimitro took his shirt off, and I saw him like with my own eyes, like his condition. In my head, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm getting second place."
Yeah. I'll be honest,
Yeah.
bro. I had him winning.
That proves your point. Is obviously we talk about it all the time. The structure is going to outweigh the conditioning. You can be the most conditioned dude on stage, but if you don't have that structure with it, it's hard.
Peak Walker, prime example, right?
Yeah.
Like,
most hardest. He's always the most conditioned.
always.
But the structure is just not completely there yet.
So,
DJ,
Yo,
are we letting the cat out of the bag?
oh, please.
I mean, if you want to, you just said it.
Give us the exclusive.
So,
Pull up.
yeah, he said it, baby. We're going to pull up to Dubai, baby. We're going
let's
to make
go.
Let's
it fun. We're going to make it
go.
fun. We're going to make that show fun, baby.
Hey, you better get that water off of you.
Hey, don't worry. It's coming. It's coming off.
Okay. Let me put it like this. Okay, I asked Styler, what does he think of me doing Dubai? And he was like, you just made a bold statement. You're a younger guy. Why won't you want to stand next to Ebanks? And I was like, okay, you're right. Because if I'm being realistic, Ebanks he's on another level, like full chest, back, out of this world. So for me to stand next to him, like in Dubai, I won't get that chance. Like say, for instance, at Olympia. So for me, standing next to him it's obviously like a goal. Who wouldn't want to stand next to him? You get what I'm saying?
No.
So it's like,
Yeah.
It's like fun competition, right? You know when you were younger and you play like Mario, and you win the first level, you win the second, and then you go against the final boss, the browser. It's like I'm playing a video game, but in real life. So it's fun, man. It's I can't explain because it's happening so fast. Like it's happening so fast, and I haven't really like accepted it yet. But it's like God is blessing me in a certain way that I can't be grateful, man. I'm just speechless.
Yeah, that's insane, man. You said that in the post interview with talking to Drew, right? Where it's like, why not have an opportunity to stand next to one of the greatest of all times? Because I say it all the time. I think Erin is the standard of men's physique. I think that he's able to maximize his structure. I think that, Erin only beats Erin. And again, if he can continue to, again, land the plane the way that he knows, it's going to be very hard to beat him. I think he's the next person to have those Jeremy Buendia, Brandon Hendrickson, like consecutive reigns. And, we all know that. So why not stand? It's a win-win for us. Like nobody expects us going in to win. But what if we stand next to him and they say, oh shit, okay. Like I see it.
He can hold his own. Yeah. And that will bump you up at Olympia. So it's
Absolutely.
more like, for me, it's like I'm having fun. It's a healthy competition for me. Like these guys, like Banks is for me, it's like a big brother. Like I see him as an example. I want to be like him. I want to be great, like the top guys. So because in the future, I'm 26. In the future, I want to be Mr. Olympia. So I want them to like, obviously, me having my own legacy, but also like them showing me the way like to the top, because they've been there.
Absolutely. I love it, man. So when do you head out?
I'm flying tomorrow, bro, but to be honest, I'm tired.
Aaron's sitting here like, yeah, motherfucker, don't sleep.
Well, if you're not tired, then you're not doing something right.
I want him to be well rested. Y'all gotta understand, like, what I put into this prep this year is something that I want to showcase, and I want everybody to be at their best, all-time best. It doesn't matter who it is. It just my mind is on a whole
that makes
level.
It fun. Makes it fun.
And absolutely, and it's just like for someone like ABISAI to be coming to do this show. Of course, I would want to step on stage even next to him for him winning the last two shows. So you know what I mean? It's like you said, it's friendly competition, but I know what I'm bringing. So that's what I said. DJ, make sure you get that water off my guy so he's ready to go.
Got you, baby. Boss. Good.
It's all love, bro.
Now,
Yeah, there was actually a couple competitors coming in today, actually, to the Binance gym. A couple guys look pretty good, so it's gonna be a lot of good talent. I think a lot of these guys are really conditioned, so
yeah,
that's what they're kind of known
That's
for out here
that's
is
gonna
the
be my
conditioning.
main point, like bringing that crispy condition, because that's always been my issue. Like when you bring my physique like crispy, it's
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 just,
beautiful.
it's
It's
just,
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's not that you can't get condition, it's maintaining the fullness while you get
the
condition,
fullness.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the same thing
exactly,
that I struggle
yeah.
with this year with the weight
exactly.
cap. And it's the same thing we're going to get into with Sadik, you know? So there's a lot of different variables. Anybody can get condition. It's just a matter of keeping that fullness while you do it.
bro,
Yep.
I suffer. Don't get me wrong, and that's the worst part. Like, I have. You guys know, I told you guys I've done 2 hours of cardio, right? I practically ate no food, right? And it wasn't necessarily a fullness thing. Yeah, I need to put more muscle on in general, but I'm telling you, bro, we suffer. But
You've been suffering even with those syrups, the
bro,
0 calorie syrups.
bro, hell yeah, man. Don't hate on my syrups. And they sitting in the pantry. They ready for me, bro. They amazing. But again,
Hilarious.
we talked about it, but it's the same thing, right? You and I, if we can continue, if we just bring in that next level of conditioning, right?
Yeah, you have the same thing. It's like we're
Yeah.
twins or something.
Yeah. We've heard it for years
That's what
now.
he said. That's what he said.
But that's the thing, right? Like, if we can control that one variable, we have the structure to stand next to anybody. We have the height that can stand next to anybody. So now we're just at that point where it's like the best part about this entire process is it's on us. We don't care who the fuck shows up because we control what we need to control. They're gonna be sweating, right?
Yeah.
They see your names on the list, right? They start to sweat because it's like, oh shit, even if I show up my best, it don't matter. I mean, let's be real, bro. You didn't show up at your best at Texas, and look, like,
No,
like
I don't think we nailed it even in Chicago.
I think you could have been
Yeah.
fuller through the chest, but again, I think your conditioning was dramatically improved, right? So like, it's just finding the right recipe. That's your second show together, right? Like,
Yeah.
people don't understand where it takes multiple at bats in order to find that recipe, in order to hit that home run. So you guys are now going to have a third show before the Olympia. I'm sure you're going to try something slightly different in order to maximize that, and then from that on, it's going to be pretty fucking scary. You try and
I think DJ has more tools in the box.
yeah.
Of course.
He getting that breakfast sandwich out. He said, "Oh, we're going against Erin to get that breakfast out."
Here's one more thing I wanted to add, though. ABISAI, from how he looked in Texas versus Chicago, regardless of the pictures and people that follow our page and see these videos that we're throwing in here and follow him and see his posing videos, it doesn't do justice to how he looks in
I look in
person.
the future. Yeah.
It
Because my
doesn't. It
girlfriend
doesn't
also
do
told me that.
justice.
My girlfriend was like, in person, you look 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because when I see the picture, I was like, shit, where my obliques go?
Yeah. Being in
That's
living
different.
color while you're posing and you're coming to life, and just it's a whole different game. So for the people that are watching it out here that want to do shows, that are fans of the sport, get yourself out to a bodybuilding show, get yourself out there in person so you can really understand it, because not a lot of people will agree with, pictures that are just taken still. You're not seeing any of the movements. Like, you're not seeing a lot of these guys fidget around, because Ahmad was moving around so much to where he barely was hitting any of his poses.
Yep. Distracting.
Abs, you were the first one in your pose and your last one out of it. So that goes very far, especially with head judge Steve Weiberger. He makes sure that when you're in your pose first, he's looking at you first. You know what I'm saying? So you held your own, you did your thing, but
I asked him for feedback, and he was like, I don't got no feedback for you. But when I was like, I can see some things I can improve, and he was like, no, you're good. Just keep doing what you're doing. He was like, you were perfect.
That's
so I went
wild.
to this. I went to the second
that's a big
judge.
compliment, bro.
Yeah, I went to the second judge, and he said exactly the same. He said, like, your aura, the way that you walk and present yourself, you pull all the judges.
Yes.
And he was like, if I would have nitpicked, it will be like bring a little bit more condition, but it was like your condition was good.
Yeah.
So, that's also the one thing that I knew, like, condition has always been my thing. But maybe it's also because I'm young. I don't know.
You have young muscle. That's the best part, though, right? Because
Muscle maturity.
it's
Yeah.
it's clean, it's polished. You know, with time, you can literally stay the exact same, but just with time, your muscles are going to look different, right? So
Yeah.
again, you just continue to have that time in the gym and age, right? The evolution, your body's going to change. So, again, bro, you have a bright future. Like you said, you're young as shit. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that you're younger than me. So again, you're definitely one of those guys who at any show is going to be in that conversation, you know, if not the favorite. So, with that, obviously going into the show, there's a lot of hype surrounding Sadik coming back to the stage. Last time he stepped on stage was 2022 when he did New York. Before that, he did Pittsburgh, won the show, and he looked again amazing, right? And then he opted out
Yeah.
of doing the Olympia that year, I think, due to family obligations. And then with that added time since then, he had a lot of time to grow. And there's no question that he put on some pretty solid mass. But BJ, I'm curious from your perspective, being there in person, um, what is the best way you could describe the physique and package that he brought to the stage?
To me, he's not conditioned. He looks soft. Like he's full, but he doesn't
I
have
think
that conditioning.
I think he's spilled over.
Yeah, I mean, like his midsection is just it looks blocky. There's no lines. It's not deep. It's his conditioning is soft.
I saw his YouTube video, and I felt bad for him, man. That he couldn't present like the physique that he wanted.
Yeah. Now, Drew, with you being there in person, you know, what did you notice
He
specifically?
was spilled over, and the first thing that I noticed was even when he was backstage kind of getting tan, he's extremely vascular, but he had none of the deep lines, right? He wasn't dry, and you could tell because on stage, as he was going through his poses, he was sweating more than probably anybody I've ever seen sweat on stage before. I did get to
didn't
talk
notice
to
that.
him.
Bro,
He
it
was
was
sweating.
bad.
He was sweating a
Yeah,
lot,
they
man.
told me afterwards. Like then I saw the pictures, but I didn't even notice that he started sweating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the lights were too hot or what, but then I'm seeing you in the middle with Deke, and you guys weren't sweating. So it does come
I
down to when you're
we
spilling over,
we
you're
started
holding
to
that extra
sweat
water.
like let's say to the end. Throughout the end, we started sweating a little bit because Steve was just holding us like madmen.
He did
Like
that last year.
when he hold us and it kept going, I was like, oh, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
In my head, I was like,
you can see it here. I mean,
The waist just looks blocky. You know,
I
it
was
just
just
looks
about
like
to
it's
say,
Yeah.
super blocky.
and that's so weird. I know
He
when
needs to fix his posing. And I know that he had to make 209 weight class and he was coming down. And I believe that he came down so fast in a fast drop that when he made the weight, he was flat and he tried to fill up and he overfilled. And that's the thing. When you take time off in the sport, you know, these guys are here. They're slowly improving. Sadik was here, and then the sport kind of is leaving him, and he's coming back slowly, but he wasn't staying relevant because he didn't do a show at all. This is his first show back in a while. We all know when people take time off and they come back, it's very hard to stay relevant because everybody else is coming up. Like there's a lot of guys in that first call up that are taking up spots now, even guys that have just turned pro that are coming in. And, you know, it's not that he's moving completely out of the conversation. I think him being in sixth place was still a gift. But now I'm glad it happened because going into Tampa, which he told me that he was doing, he knows what he needs to improve on, and he needs to get that weight right, and he needs to carb up right and do the right protocol. And on top of it, he needs to fix his posing.
But the year that he won wasn't he posing on the other side instead of that side? I think he was posing
For
the
Pittsburgh,
other
when he
side.
won Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think he was posed the opposite side.
he
I
could
think
be.
the other side fits him better than this side.
I don't remember, but I do remember his waist not being as blocky as it is.
That's
Yeah,
the
I think because he used to pose on the other side.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Like you said, I never saw Sadiq look like this before. Again, it does look like he's never had the smallest waist, but I never remember his waist being this big.
Do you have the pics from when you guys did New York? By any
Uh,
chance, when you did that show too with him? Because he
yeah,
got fourth that show, right? I'm just curious to see what
he
he
got
looked like then.
he got third. Yeah, I can find that, no problem. He got third then, and I think the biggest thing, the reason I won was a very similar reason why AB won is just the structure aspect, right? And keep in mind, this was in front of the same judge, what's his face, Steve,
Steve.
right?
Yeah.
So I always heard growing up or, coming through the sport that he was a mass guy, right? He was somebody who loved size on these competitors. But I guess like that wave of that transition really started to take place because I'm telling you guys right now, Steve, just as much as Tyler, has been rewarding the structure over most,
But
so
it's
Yeah,
also a
but
different era because they're still massive. Like all these guys are still big for physique. It's just the way that the size sits
Steve
on them.
like bigger guys though. I've
yeah,
noticed that Steve like bigger guys.
the thing
Like
is,
for instance, Ahmad Choker.
yeah, I just think Ahmad was so conditioned. He almost had like a Deke effect because like he was just like, oh shit, like he's peeled. But if you watch the live stream instead of just look at the pictures, it looked uncomfortable watching him on stage because it's almost like he didn't feel comfortable on stage. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like he was moving.
posing and
Oh,
the stage
or
presentation
maybe he
was off.
didn't really practice his posing as much.
Yeah, maybe. But again, his physique changed dramatically. Here, let's pull this up. His physique definitely changed dramatically. And again, with him not being on stage, just like we seen with Sadik not being on stage for a long time, there's a good chance
Yeah,
that
you see, he
Yeah,
was
you're
posing
right.
on the
You're
other
right.
side.
You're
He was
right.
posing on the other side, the opposite. This makes his waist looks much better than the what he's posing right now.
yeah, I agree. It looks like he can connect with his
Yeah,
midsection significantly
yeah.
better.
Yeah, I don't know why he changed it.
After prejudging, DJ, did you think that I had a chance?
What happened?
After prejudging at this show, you think I had a chance?
Bro, that show, I was like, damn, it was close, that show. You had me on my toes. I was like, this dude, it's gonna come down. I was like, I was very, very surprised, bro.
Yeah,
You brought it that show. Like
yeah.
straight up, you brought it that show.
Oh, and I
I was like, this
forgot. Were you coaching? What's his face here too?
no, after the show, that's when we linked up.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was like, who is this dude? Like, this guy's posing all awkward. And then after this show, I was like, yo, bro, what's
Yeah.
going on?
See, but you can clearly see how much size has been added, like from Sadiq and from this point.
Oh yeah.
Like he
And
looks
the lat width, his frame's just wider now. It's just
exactly.
the posing switched up, and he told me, he
Yeah,
goes, I got to fix this front pose. I mean, I didn't think his back pose was bad by any
His
means.
waist looks way better though in this. Like, it
It
looks
does. It
looks
does.
nice
Like,
compared to
A-
Chicago.
Alex, send this a screenshot to him and be like, pose like this, man.
nah, I ain't sending him shit. I ain't sending him shit. No, but on a serious note, like it looks like his physique was more. Do you think he would have been higher placing if he brought this physique in 22?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I would have
Yeah.
had him maybe fourth. I don't think he would have beat Deke or
No, wait,
Chakri or
this is wild to me. Like you're
Yeah.
right. Like he should be posing on this side 100% more.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, that's a good catch. I definitely did not. I didn't see that, but nonetheless, I think it was more of a spill thing than anything. I think if you look at him going into the show,
Yeah, he was conditioned.
yeah, man, because he was peeled. You see the vascularity, right? Like, and that's a prime tell of spilling over, right? But going into the show, and this is why I wanted to talk to you about this, DJ, because he was eating the burger, the fries, which is traditional, but then he started adding in like cheesecakes and things that I just wouldn't necessarily think that would make the most sense in situations like that, right? And it's hard for me.
Shit with that insulin.
That's
Yeah,
too much.
that's
That's
the
too
only
much.
way that I know of to fix a spilled physique is shooting insulin as soon as you notice the spill. That's the only thing I can think of. But I just think that he was a little nervous of not maximizing the new muscle that he had on, and it let him blind him to something that he always was consistent with in his career. But again, nonetheless, obviously not the placing he wanted. He's coming back in a couple weeks here, or yeah, no, 2 weeks now. And he'll be going against some good guys again, with Deke doing the show. And then I know there's a lot of other guys who are local to here who have a lot of potential doing the show as well. So we'll see how he fares. But did you guys get an opportunity to watch the Columbia Pro?
Yeah, I saw it.
yes, bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And last week we did predictions, and I think we absolutely nailed that out of the park because we called this guy being the winner. And
Guillermo Alberto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
he looks good.
he looked
Yeah, his
absolutely.
front is aesthetic.
Oh my God, bro, it was nuts, right?
I saw him
Yeah.
in Portugal when he got second. I was like, dude, this dude, he's gonna qualify next show he does for sure.
100%. I remember
Who did he get second to?
that.
Sid.
Sid,
Okay.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
dude, this physique probably has one of the most aesthetic front shots in men's physique. Right, it's absolutely insane. His chest fullness, to his waistline, obviously his midsection is so reminiscent of like Ali Bilal. All of these, fine tune details. Like I always say, there's a difference between conditioning and detail. Like somebody can be conditioned and not detail. I think a prime example of that is Mario, right? He qualified for the Olympia. Mario is conditioned to the gills, but he's not detailed. Like he doesn't have the lines that he does. And the only thing that still to be desired for his physique is his back, right? Like if he can bring that back up, this man
Mainly width, I think, because
more
he's
with
such a tall guy and he needs more width to really
6'2".
insinuate. Yeah.
I did not know he was 6'2", but
I didn't either.
yeah, but he looked again absolutely insane. His posing was on point, his confidence level, and the cool thing if you watch the show was kind of seeing his emotion throughout the show when he realized, oh shit, this is might be an actual opportunity for me to walk away with it, right? And you could see it, man. But again, extremely aesthetic, the detail through the gills. And would you guys think that this kind of physique could be a shocker at the Olympia, or do you think there's enough physiques that are at the Olympia that won't allow him to
I
say?
mean, his front is definitely like
His front is good, but he's
but
not
his
a
back,
shocker. Not a
yeah.
shocker.
No,
To 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 hit the top 10, like top 10, top 15, you gotta have a good back. Like he has a good back, but not like a crazy back.
It's narrow. It's
it's
real narrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looked amazing. But I
Mm.
can't get over this front shot. Like
Yeah,
everything.
the front shot is money.
I think his
Yeah.
balance, I think his dominant front shot hurts him more than anything to a degree because how non-dominant his back is, right? It's like, oh shit, to oh, what the hell? Right? So quick, right? There's two shots in men's physique. One is so dominant and one is like last place. You know what I mean? So I think that's one thing that's gonna hurt him when they reward balance at this show. But again, we're just talking about Mario. He's conditioned, or not as much detail. But this was the first call out here at Columbia. There was, obviously some names that we know here. We have Josh Guidry. I think he placed fifth. And then we have Juan Gomez with crazy structure. He placed second. And then we have this guy right here who I'm not
Steve.
familiar with. Do you know who he is? And
Steve.
yeah, like I think you talked about him going into the show. I don't know if you saw any photos or anything, but what would you say that he has to improve on? Because his structure was pretty fucking
His
nice.
posing, he has to pose right. He
Yeah.
kept extending his stomach
Yes.
and his I'm like, oh, like you see how he's still standing up tall?
Yeah.
He
Bro,
wants to kind of have his chest over his abs just a little bit more.
Yeah.
let's take a moment to appreciate like Banks knows like every single one of these guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's whenever we're talking about somebody, like we're going over a list, he throws out names that
Yeah, he knows the names like people that we
Bro,
don't
let
know.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something about me. When I was at number one spot, and I still do it now just because I've been there, you have to study, bro, regardless
Yeah.
of who might be coming up, who might be next, who might be a shocker. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
And
That's what I do
physique
too.
is
Like
so many good guys, so you got to kind of do your homework and
Yeah.
pick out weaknesses and places where you can beat that person.
When the boxers they're about to fight, they watch them guys like the previous fight.
Yeah,
That's what I do. Like when I do cardio, like in the morning, I'll watch like the top 5 comparison at Mr. Olympia. I'll watch like how you guys pose,
yes.
how many seconds you guys hold like from the back, how many seconds because sometimes you guys are smart. You guys will hold your back pose, let them guys go first, and then you guys will turn. So
hey,
I study like
some tricks. It's some tricks
study-
that
you
it's a
have to
lot of
study
good
the game,
tricks,
man. Watch old videos, watch from the guys, like really study how they pose, how
Yeah.
they flow, how they walk, how they present themselves. That's how you fix your game, man.
You know, it's funny because when you're at the top, typically you'll hear people take their foot off the gas a bit, but you got to continue to be a student of the game, right? Like, otherwise, you're gonna have
Got
these
to.
young, hungry guys, especially in the men's physique division, man. Like we talk about this every episode, man. It's in any given Sunday sport. Any show you can get beat, right? Like it's insane. It's we've seen it happen multiple times over the last couple of years, where favorites aren't even in the conversation. You know, like I think Sadik is a prime example of it. But again, nonetheless, these guys looked amazing, right? I do want to ask, and Aaron, I'm not sure, Drew, you saw this. Um, Josh Gidry, right? He's definitely a
He,
friend of the
he,
channel.
sta- he started sweating.
Had
I talked to him a lot, bro. He has a beautiful shape, but he has this issue that he told me like he starts sweating on stage, and once he starts sweating, they will keep him out.
Yeah, DJ, as a coach, you know, do you know what this might be from? Like, if you had a client who was doing the same thing, what would you do?
I mean, I feel to me, I think it's whatever he's loading up with that morning.
Yeah,
Like he has to change something that's making him sweat, and he's probably still holding water.
yeah. I mean,
So
that's the
I feel
first
like
thing.
it's a combination of both. Like he's not fully dry, and whatever he's loading up with is not working. It's he has to change something because it's obviously affecting it every time. He's just sweating, sweating, sweating.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it was weird because this wasn't an issue for him last year, and it's I know he's a new coach, right? So I'm sure they're trying to figure some things out, but um, yeah, I don't know where this came from because like you can see it here. Like as soon as Sadiq started sweating, and now like Josh, right? If you look at him compared to everybody else, you know, it stands out. You know,
Because
it's
he didn't used to have it, right? Like when you compete
no,
him with against him in Mexico,
he didn't have
yeah,
this. He didn't,
yeah,
and he looked great there. And like leading into Mexico, I saw his physique updates, and now he's personally sending me physique updates, and I'm like, he looks better than he was leading in, to Mexico. So
yeah.
it's something on stage. Now, Drew, do you think that if he wasn't sweating, right, do you think that he would be in a conversation for a win?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Absolutely. The biggest thing that I noticed with Josh, though, is his core. Now, we talked about conditioning and detail. He's conditioned, but the detail in his abs, if you compare it to like Guillermo, or if you compare it to Mauro, or if you compare it to like some of these other guys that he's next to, look at his core, right? He doesn't have the same detail as these other guys, just specifically in that midsection.
yeah,
And that's something that I noticed with him. So I don't know if it's a lack of training. I think maybe more mind muscle connection with actually training the muscle to kind of like make it just a little bit more etched out just to show off that detail will help him. Because he's vascular, he has everything. He's saran wrapped right there. Just he doesn't have the deep cuts like these other guys if you see it. And another thing with the posing, with the sweating as well, I think it could either be a lack of practice with the posing and obviously holding a little bit more water, right? Maybe he's just filling out or his water manipulation. He's holding a lot of water. It's not fully being pulled into that muscle. It's still sub-Q. So that's where the water's coming from when you're sweat. It's subcutaneous water. So that's what I'm thinking, because you don't see anybody else sweating. You could kind of tell yourself, okay, maybe it's the stage lights, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But the variable that is consistent throughout is nobody else is sweating as much as him.
very true, very true. But again, I think he's somebody who just needs to fine tune and figure out what that one issue is, and he'll be in that conversation. He's been in the last couple of years, so it's only a matter of time. But again, nonetheless, congratulations. Guillermo looked absolutely insane. Again, I'm a massive fan of his physique. I knew he was going to be in that conversation after seeing him stand next to Sid, and now he punched his ticket for the very first time. And that's the one thing about this year's Olympia. Yes, we have a lot of guys, but there's a lot of new guys too. So it's going to be exciting and a lot of opportunity for those people to seize. Obviously, we have one of the biggest shows of the year coming up. And obviously, we have the star of the show going into it, and now the new up-and-comer who announced that he's doing it. But Aaron, you're right around the corner. Where are you at mentally? I see you walking around with tigers and shit. It looks like you confident as can be. So,
Ferraris, tigers are like, damn.
Bro,
Are you
I'm
bringing
like,
the tigers to the show?
I'm like, that's Dubai shit. He's living life right now, man.
No, man. We there. I mean, I just had the opportunity, man, which was a couple days ago, to kind of just take my mind off of the bodybuilding aspect for a minute, and just to refocus and to have fun a little bit, because we get so fucking driven and sidetracked by just bodybuilding. And bro, at the end of the day, bro, I'm sitting at, it's hard to, and I ain't trying to get emotional, but it's really fucking hard to be away from my kids right now. So having that, man, is just, I'm like, I gotta keep my mind busy. So I needed that day to kind of just relax and just be myself, you know. So I'm not sitting in the room on the phone just waiting, like, damn, when are my kids gonna wake up? Like, I'm trying to call my kids and shit. So that's probably been the only thing that's, I wouldn't say bothering me, but it just kind of, you know, irritates me, the fact that I can't be with them or can't see them. So again, me being the father first, man, that's number one. But man, I like I said, I just wanted to have a little fun. So the guys took me to the zoo, and don't get me wrong, I looked kind of confident, but I was scared.
That's what I was gonna
ask you, bro.
Like, back in your mind, when you that thing was gonna pop at you a little bit.
Bro, those fucking little monkey thingy, what are they called? I don't know what type of monkey they are, but
the mama sets.
Those they trying to grab your shit.
Got little kid hands, man. They're just putting their hands in everything.
But no, man, it like that's the picture right there. I'm like,
he's scared of that photo.
Yeah,
shit, you know. Yeah, but man, it was really a blessing, man. And shout out to that zoo, man. That zoo it's the one of the best zoos in the world. The guy, he's kind of known for his monkeys and stuff like that. So yeah, it just gave me an opportunity to kind of get out and get loose a little bit. But you know, we've locked it down pretty good these past couple of days, which I'll post an update here pretty soon to kind of show you guys a little bit. But yeah, I'm locked in. I'm focused, man. The mindset is where it's been at. You know, just getting back to me. You know what I mean? And
you know,
just focus.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you, man. And I didn't want to bring up like a sensitive point, but I know how much, you know, you prioritize your family, right? And I can imagine, because you've been out there for a little bit now, right? Like, you know, people hear bodybuilding and we hear sacrifice being thrown out there, you know, often. But when you hear that, right, you don't think of like this kind of sacrifice. You know, you think of obviously date nights. You think of you know, food. You can't, you know, like you don't think of the things that, you know, truly make a family man go. And, you know, this, you know, getting the chance to know you over these last, you know, year or so, I've known how much, you know, makes you go is your kids, you know. So not being and having them, you know, next to you during times like this, because I remember this moment, one of my favorite videos of all time, right? And I remember even after your Olympia third place, you know, you went right to the family and your kids, and that was your happy place, no matter what your placing was on that stage, you know. So again, you know, when people hear about bodybuilding, you know, and if you're thinking about getting into it, or you're young and you're growing in the sport, there's definitely a lot of sacrifice. But, you know, I think Erin is a prime example of making sure you still prioritize your family in those moments, because we are blind to the goals that we have a lot of times when we're chasing that ultimate dream. And he is chasing it at a very high level. But, you know, outside of the sappiness, man, you are looking fucking nasty. Like, this is hands down the Erin Banks 2.0 we've been waiting to see. I haven't never seen you this fucking big in my life. Your chest is ridiculous. And
it's like I said, man, it's one thing that I wanted to work on. And, you know, it's also like you get to a point to where, and this is why I became an entrepreneur, because bro, I fucking hate listening to people tell me what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? So when you keep telling me to bring a fucking upper chest since 2021, all right, fuck it. I'm not doing an Arnold Classic. They hella mad at me, but I don't care. I'm not doing an Arnold Classic. I'm literally finna just go in a lab and just fucking rebuild and see what I bring. And to be honest, bro, I'm really proud of myself, bro, because it only helped me mentally, and obviously it also is showing physically. So the growth is there, the improvements are there. Again, the focus is on a whole nother level right now. So
Erin, I want to ask you a question. So I know Abs was talking earlier about when he looks in the mirror, he sees flaws, right? No matter how good you are, I mean, you're always going to see flaws, especially if you're the best. When you look in the mirror, especially right now, where do your eyes go that you think you could improve on?
I don't know. To be honest,
What's
I mean,
a flaw you see?
It's a good problem to have.
Personally, what do you want to improve on? Not even just what the judges want.
Personally, and it's not even men's physique, but I would want to be more vascular, but that's not even men's physique. But that's the only, I mean.
Well, that's why I wanted to pick your brain. I kind of wanted to see. I kind of wanted to see where your mind's at.
There's really nothing to be like to improve on, bro. Because
he's right though. Because like the more vascular you are, like they don't like it for men's physique.
We talked about
what's your least favorite body part on your body?
Everyone has one.
We all got one.
I would probably say my forearms. My forearms are a little bit on the smaller side.
Nigga said his forearm.
I'm serious.
After that.
Listen. No, this is not even. This is no bullshit. This is not me tooting my own horn. None of that. When they tell you, bro, I've been told, stop training my back, stop training your shoulders, stop training this. Like, okay, I stopped because everything is developed. Only thing that I really needed to develop was my upper chest. So therefore, in my brain, I've already been told don't work on certain things because it's already good to go. I mean, I can say going off of last year, what I want to improve on is my conditioning and that should be it. But as far as body parts, I don't lack a lot, and I don't think I lack anything, to be honest. Now that I've grown my upper chest.
Nah, where's that back video that you posted a while back? That shit went viral. Damn, you post a lot.
When you hit the back double bicep?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's that bottom right. I just saw it.
It was back
double. Yeah.
Nah, this isn't it.
We all know what video we're talking about too.
You collabed with but yeah, that shit was, I'll never forget that. I remember Megan came to me, was like, what the fuck? Like that shit.
But even then, like, I mean, I didn't expect my back to improve the way it improved, but my back is improved. Like, and it's more detailed now, which is another thing that people were saying that he needs to bring a little bit more detail in the back. But I mean, I know I got a wild back, but now it's etched. You know what I mean? So
you've always had a detailed back, but I think that they're saying more detail compared to last Olympia because that wasn't your best package. But if it was Boston or the Olympia before then, I don't know how much more detailed you could be. And that's not just me hyping you up. It's me, looking at this as a fan perspective. It's like nobody has a back like yours. Like maybe similar muscle bellies, but the size that you take up at your height, it's crazy.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
Even got the pinky out in the back post. The pinky.
You feel fancy,
but sometimes I hold it there. Sometimes I don't.
Is there any guys in this show that you have an eye on? So far down, you're seeing roll in and hearing names.
Now, I mean, like I said, ABISAI, I heard City's doing it. There's this guy from Morocco who's pretty good that they're talking about. There's a few Indian guys that they said are coming. So
I know all the Indian guys. I know.
I'm just excited, man, to step back on stage again. It's not really who I'm worried about. I'm just worried about, did Erin Banks improve, and what are we moving forward with in 11 weeks to get this old title back. So it's not disrespect to nobody else, but I really don't give a fuck who shows up at this point.
I love that.
That's you're supposed to feel like that. You're the 2022 champ.
Everybody should feel like that when they go into the show.
I was just about to say,
not just him. Everybody should have that mentality.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we just talked about that with the confidence level of we bring our best, that we can beat anybody. Right. Like,
all right.
And I truly believe that. Like, I can stand next to anybody. Like I said it before, right? I'm not blinded. I think me and Drew are very much where we look at ourselves as a realist, where we're saying, even at our all-time best, if Aaron brings his best, we're not beating him, right? Like we just have to be a realist, right? But I truly believe, outside of that and maybe, some top 3 of the Olympia, I can stay next to anybody if I bring my all-time best. And when you have that confidence level, bro, like at the end of the day, it's you versus you on an every single day basis. Like the updates from other people, they don't wow you like they used to anymore. You know what I mean? So when you have that,
you know what you bring, your own ammo.
Exactly. And motherfucker, I got an extended clip. So
that's why when I see good talent, that's when I see good talent and I go out of my way, like ABISAI, like when I saw him in Chicago, I make sure that I tell these guys, it doesn't take anything away from my ego or my pride to tell another guy that he looks fucking great.
Exactly.
There's too much ego in the sport, and that's what Men's Physique Radio tries to represent. We try to bring in these other guys, similar mindsets. It's not about being cocky. It's not about being too confident. It's about just believing in yourself. And then, making sure that the team that you're around and the people that you associate with, they're doing good too. They're doing what they have to do. It's just
and that's why I do the exact same thing. I'll tell someone like, bro, you have a dope physique, amazing physique. And one is it coming from you when you have that spot, you don't know what you trigger in that person's head. You motivate them even more. It's like, and it doesn't take nothing away from you. So
some people, they think it takes away from them to tell another guy he looks good. But, for me, it is what it is. I don't always agree with some people that beat me, but it's over and done with. I go on to the next one. I just tell myself, hey, listen, that guy's not beating me again. And I tell myself that, and they might beat me again, but I can't just go into something and being like, you know what, I'm just going to lay down and, you already beat me. I go into every show with the anticipation of winning. Even the Olympia, my goal realistically is to be a top 10. I think I could do that if I'm on. I make the improvements that they need. It's not just me being that guy who thinks I'm going to be a doctor before I have an associate's or a master's. I'm not jumping steps. I'm taking it one thing at a time, and control what you got to get there first, and then realistically, okay, top 15, okay, then top 10, okay, then when you crack that top 5, it's expected of you. That's why there's certain guys that are in the top 5, top 10, they move back because they're not staying consistent. Right? So it goes to show, outwit some of the guys and then in with some of the new guys that nail their peak, and we've seen it year after year.
I love it. All right, guys, I know we've had you on here for a little bit, but every segment or every podcast we like to end with a few fan questions. So we're going to throw some at you guys and then we'll jump off. But this is a NPR special, and this is only to DJ AB. Where do you store your syrup? Fridge or pantry?
Go ahead.
I knew this one was coming.
You about to be the first one. He about to be the first. He about to be the first one.
I do both.
What?
I do both.
No, you're just saying that. You don't want to pick sides.
You gotta pick one, bro.
Nah, bro.
When you were younger, growing up,
yes.
Where was it at? Because that's where it stems from.
That's where it stems from.
But that's the thing, though, because I come from the Caribbean island and it's really hot. So my mom put everything in the fridge.
Oh, see,
that's why. But I live in the Holland now.
I didn't come from the Caribbean island, but my mom also put it in the fridge.
Hey. I'm the same way. I'm the same. Mine was in the fridge growing up, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
Broke the statistic.
Hold on.
It kept it.
AB, what nationality is your significant other?
Same, Aruba. So it's like no, I would explain it. It's like 3 small islands, but they were a time that all 3 were under Netherlands. But Curacao and Aruba is independent now, but the island where I'm from, we're still under below like Netherlands. They own us.
So my family is very mixed. I got white, black, nonstop, right? Same thing. My white family puts all that shit in the fridge, and the darker they get, go straight into the pantry. But you are the. How do you feel, bro?
Hey, hold on, though. So when you go get them pancakes from IHOP,
exactly,
syrup.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That shit on the table.
When you are filling up pre-show, when you are loading into the show, they don't go get that shit in the back. DJ takes it right from the table, pours that shit right on there.
That's the thing, though. I don't mind. It could be in the fridge or it can be in a pantry. It's for me. It's good.
You're a trader now. You're a traitor. All right. It's all good.
No, you know the thing with me is like I'm grateful. Like giving, it doesn't matter.
He said, I don't give a fuck. I'm hungry. Damn. Damn. All right. Well,
I mean, I don't care where it's at either. It's just like where I remember putting it. It's like,
And Drew gets it.
yeah, I get it.
All right. Let's run through it. So how do you manage parents and friends who don't support me trying to be a bodybuilder?
That's hard.
Yeah.
Damn. I luckily, like, my parents are really invested. It's like, because I don't have a sponsor, and my mom will often send me like 1K or 2K. Like, she knows like I'm spending a bunch of money, and all my money from work goes like the prize money, like from, let's, for instance, Chicago is down the drain because I pay for hotel, I pay for Uber, I pay for tanning. Like, so my mom was like, okay, I'll send you 2K, you know, so like put it in your saving. So it's hard, bro, especially if your parents not supporting you, and it definitely if your significant other is not supporting you, it's difficult because you gotta have like at least one person that believes in you more than you believe in yourself, you know.
Yeah.
It could be your kids, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your significant other, but you gotta have like at least one person that believes in you more than anything.
Yeah. Erin, what would you do in a situation like this, or a friend comes to you and you know, they say, hey, my family member isn't supporting me. You know, obviously there's not a family member they could just throw aside. You know, what would be your advice?
You got to figure it out. I mean, at the end of the day, we grown men in a sport where we know what we're getting into. It's not like, oh, it's gear free, it's food free. Well, shit, are the workouts free too? No, like, you're a grown ass man. So at the end of the day, bro, you got to do shit that you got to figure out, bro. I started a fucking GoFundMe account when I was an NPC athlete going to USA's. I'm like, shit. But my family also contributed into that. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like I was asking random people. My family was like, just start a GoFundMe, we'll just put money in there for you. So, you know what I mean? You have to figure out different ways and how to make money. And even for ABISAI, I mean, trust me, bro, take your time. It's, I'm gonna tell you right now, people will be knocking at your door.
Yes.
Be patient.
Nope. I always say that, like, I'm not in a hurry. Like, everything in God's hands. Like, everything comes with time. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
When it comes, it comes. Like, I have to be the right people, though.
DJ,
right.
Good people,
right.
genuine people.
For if a client were to come to you and say those words, you know, like, what advice would you give them in those moments?
Man, you gotta just go through it, man. It's hard. Like, you can't make someone support you. It's like either they support you or they don't.
Yeah.
And it's like,
hard.
What are you gonna do? Like, sit there and mope about it? He don't want to support me. It's like, in that case, shit, man, you got to prove him right.
And that's another, right? Like, other than that's hard, right? And I've gotten this question asked like from a lot of clients and brought up in pain points. You know, I think as a parent, right, you love your kid, right? You're not saying things just to make them feel bad for no reason, or, you know, try to deter them, right? So like, I think the way that we approach the situation needs to be done in a mature manner where it's not out of emotion, where you sit them down, you talk to them, you say, listen, I understand that you don't support this, or you might not understand this. Like, trust me, this is very foreign to a lot of people, and it's somewhat foreign to me. I'm still learning what I need to do in order to get, you know, into the sport or maximize my potential in the sport. But this is something that I care about, right? This is something that I am trying to see if this could be something that I want to explore long term, or who knows, tomorrow I can wake up and want to do something different. But as of right now, I have a passion for it, and I want to continue on this passion. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to make sure I prioritize my health. I'm going to make sure I do X, Y, and Z, you know, to make not only you happy, but to make myself happy and healthy. And I would appreciate, one, you supporting me. And if you don't, I completely understand, but I also hope that you aren't going to say certain things or, you know, throw sly comments that are going to make me feel like I'm doing something, you know, immensely wrong. I think how you handle those situations, right? Obviously you can sell shit. It's all in how you package it, right? So if you're able to actually have a conversation that makes them feel like, you know what, they hear what I'm saying, it's not making them feel like, you know, a prime version of themselves. I think any parent or somebody who cares about you is going to be able to hear that and understand it to a degree. Whether they understand the sport, they're going to understand, okay, that's how he feels, and I don't want him to continue to feel that way. you know?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
again,
What's that?
it's definitely a tough one, but definitely not the easiest. Drew, when do you pull out your injectables going into a show?
Anywhere from 2 weeks to peak week.
So, or will the peak weeks be faster esters and slower esters?
So all injectors are out, just run orals into the show.
Okay.
And that's mainly for making the weight. So this year I pulled it out earlier to make the weight, and obviously doing these shows back to back to back. I mean, it was hard to travel with all this stuff, and I'm not, going to be doing that. So, yeah, we all saw how that played a role, and my blood work all came back good. How good I looked at Toronto. I mean, there was no injections 2 weeks prior from that show. So
nice. What about you, D? When do you have your guys pull majority of the time?
Day before.
Really?
Run all the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do that too. I mean, it just depends, it's trial and error with a lot of different guys. You don't want to crash.
Yeah, I think keeping things consistent are a lot of coaches' mindsets where it's like, we have this look with this in, don't remove it. Is that's the same thing for you?
That's yeah.
All right.
Why are you going to change what's working? Like,
yeah, I know there's like, so traditional, I've done it both ways. And I think it's the hardest thing is what Drew said, where you're running multiple shows, because like when you pull it, right, if you have to now run 3 shows or 2 shows after, do you put them back in where, if they're already out for, a week or so, that can have an effect on your body when your hormones are now being thrown up and down, right? So I think that's one of the things and variables you need to consider, right? But same thing, oral stay in pretty consistently, might pull them maybe the day of the show, maybe drop Clen a little bit for just fatigue, but everything else is pretty consistent. Who do you think is the best ambassador for the division? Oof. And we don't have to just say
it's hard to say because there's a lot of people that haven't won the Olympia that could potentially be somebody that's good, but
I don't want it to be not an Olympia. It doesn't have to be an Olympian, or it doesn't even have to be a champion, right? It can be anybody who you think who has the mindset, who has the drive, who you think if they work at that spot, then they would be a massive.
Not to kiss your ass, but I would say you, with all the things that you cover and your ideas, I think that's
I'm
what I would
have
say.
To second that, bro. Like, how much you put into this sport, how much time you put into this stuff, bro. I say you, to be honest.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. See, like I'm telling you guys right now, like I'm trying to hold back a smile, but everything that we're doing here, Men's Physique Radio, I mean, as Drew, we talk like little kids half the time when we're coming up with ideas and trying to, add value to this division. And Drew's like backstage getting interviews, and he's coming up with trying to give value.
But you guys are attracting more people. Like, you don't see guys from the classic physique doing this. You guys are doing something unique. Like you guys have my big brother like refreshing your Men's Physique Radio just to see what you guys are talking about, and that makes us happy, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate
love it, man. We love it.
We wake up in the morning for fasted cardio with something to look at.
Yeah, and bro, and this is something we talked about, like why we wanted to start this. When me, Aaron, and Drew first got into it, it was just nobody was doing this for the division. Don't get me wrong, Hart is a legend. He's helped this sport do what it's doing.
Do you guys know? Sorry to interject, but do you know what happened with him?
Yeah,
like why he stopped? Is that personal or?
It first started off with just a lack of inspiration, and then once him and his girl split up, it was something that kind of took him away from it. Though he was depressed. He talked about it on an episode with us, but he was pretty depressed from that, and he realized he wasn't passionate about Men's Physique as much anymore, and he felt like he was just doing it for a paycheck. And at that point, he wanted to focus on doing things outside of that. And again, he wouldn't have the best relationship with his mom. He wanted to rekindle that, and that took time and effort. And seeing where he is at now with his family, it's very clear that he's making those progressions. He got a new job, right? He's doing things that are within fitness, but just not through the Men's Physique content. But we're going to have him on for episodes leading into the Olympia and just kind of see where his head's at and check in on him. But again, just as what Men's Physique was before Hart is significantly further along because of Hart. No matter what you think of his content, no matter the hype of certain things, right? Like, it wouldn't be here. And Men's Physique Radio wouldn't be here if it weren't for Hart. So again, he inspired us to get here. And I think we just wanted to take what he was doing and elevate it in a slightly different trajectory, where we're talking more about highlighting like people like you, AB. I think I've coined your nickname AB, so I hope you don't mind. But like you and
You guys been saying ABISAI, but it's ABISAI. It's like when you say Ali Bilal, but with the B, like Abi.
okay,
ABISAI.
Okay, I got you.
ABISAI.
This
ABISAI.
ABISAI, yeah, ABISAI, yes.
ABISAI.
All right.
Abi.
He said, all right,
I got it
that's how I'm
now.
gonna start
I got
doing
it
now.
now.
But again, personally, if you were to ask me, I think I love what Ryan Terry's doing. So he's traveling to India, like I've seen that. I know he's going to Tokyo, like traveling other places. It's out there. He's obviously still creating content. He has the gym, he has the board short brand. He's a family man. He highlights all of that. I think that he is a perfect ambassador for the sport. I think he obviously has the look, the Captain America type look. Obviously the physique that matches. He has a success story that went from 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, all the way up to first place, winning the Olympia. Well speaker, well educated. I think that's a lot of things that come into role. And I think, our current champion is definitely a prime example of what an ambassador should be. But I still think there's something missing. I don't know what it is. I think the division could be further along, and I think the guy at the top can be the one stringing it, right? So, my projection is Erin being at the top this year. He's going to have a different level of a platform now to bring along, his beliefs or enhance the division. So I think that's going to be really good, not only for us, but
I believe also like the more you guys, the more the channel keeps growing, and the more people you guys bring, you obviously will also like bump up the prize money for Match Physique.
Oh, bro, we talked about that. Like, no matter what the outcome is, we have apparel coming out soon. 100% of those proceeds are going towards us investing into a pro show. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, like that's the next level for what we want to do. And obviously,
you can also see it in Dubai Pro. It's like, where the money at? That's where everybody's going, because it's like we weren't planning doing the Dubai. It was like even Tyler. He was like, bro, there's good money. Why wouldn't you go?
Yeah.
It was like, oh.
Bro, and you talked about it, right? Bro, we don't make a lot of money in this fucking shit. Like,
no,
we don't.
Bro,
so like it's
you prep, you go in depth.
Yeah. I like that.
Prepping in depth.
I like that. But it's sad, but like when you have people like Erin, where he brought up, he got my sponsors at the time, well, still is, but he brought my sponsors and Outfleet to spend like fucking $30,000+ on the grand prize, right? Like he's bringing, outside bigger companies in for an opportunity to bring up our division. Like, we're in the division. We're people who love this division. We don't do this shit for the money, bro. We don't make shit from this podcast, right?
No.
But anything that we do make, we're investing right back in. So that's what I'm excited about. Like we already talked about it. We're going to continue to do it. And I think that's going to be the next level. It's completely changing.
You guys are doing an amazing job, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate y'all for real. Like you guys are putting in a lot of work, man.
All right. Last question. Gotta get out of here. I'm sure all of us got some meals to get in. How many times do you reuse the same towel?
Don't use the same towel at all.
Ever? I'm in the same. I never reuse it. Even if it's clean and it touches my body once, I don't reuse it. Like the only time I ever will.
Bro, my laundry lady.
Don't lie, y'all. Don't.
Like she hates me. She's actually at my house right now. She's actually at my house cleaning right now.
You got that champion money. You said I got a laundry lady.
Come on, bro.
You ain't letting that sneak by.
Come on, bro.
Got a laundry lady.
Like I'm not gonna, bro. I got clothes. Like I got clothes, and you kind of know. I mean, it's okay. Add all the sponsor clothes versus all the designer shit, all the clothes that I've already had. Like, bro, it's a lot. So I don't like folding clothes, bro. That's just not my thing. So, me being by myself, literally in my house, like, bro, I'm not. Bro, it's like. I can't even finish my damn sentence, but it's like, bro, when I travel, bro, I don't unpack for like 2 months. Like it's like I just hate doing it. And bro, you can go down my Instagram, and ask me. There's probably a couple things that I probably re-wore, but bro, I don't wear clothes more than one to 2, 3 times.
Like, you got that champion money, bro. That's crazy.
and bro, I got like 23 bags of clothes literally in my garage that I gotta give. I give them to the homeless when I do my sock drive every year in Fresno. So
Yeah, I love that.
I got about 23 bags of clothes just to give away, bro. So
I remember this, bro. You were
yeah,
crazy for doing this shit.
which one?
No, just
Oh, playing a little football a little
yeah.
bit.
Okay, okay.
Or when he
Hey, I
was
had to, I
mentioning
had to,
that he was mentioning that 405 or whatever he was doing, and then Ariel's like, never do that again.
I remember
don't
that.
do that again. Man, I was in
Yeah.
my football zone, and I really brought that mindset to my off season, man. I was like, "Fucking, I'm finna start lifting heavy, bringing the intensity." I just brought it back to like just the old football mindset in the gym. You know what I mean? So
He never wore that outfit again.
I never.
He wore it
One and
for
done,
that
baby.
picture.
You
That's
won't
One and
ever see
done.
that outfit again. You will never see it again. I don't wear shit twice.
You don't even know where it's at.
I don't wash clothes
Uh,
twice, and I don't fucking wash towels. That's crazy. But I'm in the same boat, bro. I can't, like, I don't know what it is. I have so many towels just for that one situation. Ah, this is a dope photo. But all right, DJ, you said twice?
Mhm.
Family.
babies.
Two
right
and
there.
done.
Man, y'all, all right, Drew, how many times? Don't lie.
I do too. Like, and then I take that one that I hang over the shower, and then I put that on the floor as like a mat, and then I get a new one. Like, I
Okay,
try
so
to, yeah, I'll do stuff like that. It's not like I'm just using it and then washing it, but I'll use them for another purpose.
okay, that I do the same shit. So like I'm pretty nasty in the fact that I'll do my morning cardio and I won't shower because I'm going to the gym in a few hours after, and then I'll shower when I get
You
home.
stanky booty ass boy.
Wait, how soon? How soon do you go to hit the gym after cardio?
3
Or
hours.
what's your gap?
3 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's close.
So like
No,
I'll
I'm taking a shower,
I'll use
stanky
that
boy.
towel. I'll hang the towel and I'll dry myself off a little bit, right? I'll wash my face. And then from there, I'll sit down, I'll do some work. And then I get up, I go to the gym, I come back, and that towel is on the floor for when I get out. That's it. Right. So,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you men, if y'all don't go to either at home goods, like some place that carry fucking dry mats, you don't need to put your damn towel on the floor.
I put my towel over my mat. Like that's how you know.
No,
What's
no.
the point of that?
So then the mat don't get dirty.
I was gonna say, bro, I do not want to watch that mat. I don't want it to be like I'm gonna have to go back in there in like 20 minutes to do something. I'm not stepping on no wet mat. It ain't happening.
Exactly.
Bro, there's mats out there, bro, that they literally dry like that. All you got to do is wash every
You
every
don't
other
got
week.
your kind of money, Aaron. Shit.
I don't, bro. Come on, bro.
You got a loan,
$160
bro. You got
every
somebody
2
at your
weeks
crib
is
right now
not bad.
folding your clothes. You haven't been there in fucking 2 weeks. You haven't been there in 2 weeks. You got somebody there.
He's not even there, and he's got somebody cleaning.
Well,
And now he's
it
about to
was
go
a
take,
luxury.
you about to go take $40,000 and come back and
No, man.
Not yet,
I
not
need y'all
yet.
to stop that.
Oh,
I
shit.
need y'all to stop that.
No, but all right. Before we end the podcast, actually, nah. ABISAI, you didn't answer the question.
Probably 2 or 3 times. Then my girlfriend will change it.
Okay, so your girl changes it faster than you can reuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, if she didn't change it, would you even notice? After
Yeah, I'll notice because my skin gets pretty dirty.
yeah, like my skin would get sensitive. That's why I'm like, nah, I'm changing shit right away. I'm like uber sensitive, that kind of stuff. All right, last question, then we're out of here. AB, if you win that 40K, what are you buying?
I'm buying a house. I already told everybody. Like even if second place, third place, savings. I want to buy a house for me and my girl. That's always been my goal.
I love
As
that.
a man, I want to build a family. So that's the goal, man.
I fucking love
I'm
that.
not suffering. I'm not suffering for nothing. I'm suffering for my future, for my kids' future.
That's what it's about.
Man, that's what I like to hear. All right,
That's all it's about.
I think I know this answer already. But Aaron, what are you buying if you win that 40K?
Whatever them babies want, it's for the kids, man. I'm just
That's
investing
it?
for the kids, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's
I,
it.
I mean, I got everything I want, bro.
you definitely
I'm
buying
not-
more real estate. That's probably for the kids anyway, though.
I am. No, it is, but it'd be in my kid's name.
Dude, that's so dope, bro. Like that's
Because
so
my
smart.
kids, yeah, you got to put your kids you have to put an LLC in your kid's name to
Yes.
kind of really start doing the whole investing stuff. So that's the route I'm going. You know, it's just I got these tri-city complexes that I'm already, the loans already pending in Texas.
What are those going for? roughly out there? You said Texas, right?
460.
And how big?
Let me
doors.
see.
How many doors? Like
It's 3 doors. Yeah, it's 3.
3 doors.
It's 3.
That's not bad. 460 out here in Cali will get you not even a studio.
Bro, that shit will get you a toilet.
That'll get you a corner of the gas station.
I have to look at the email, but they're pretty. Bro,
they're nice.
Go look at any of the newer built like
what area
condos or duplexes. You can do Houston, Dallas, Laredo, McAllen, and what's crazy, anything towards like the border.
Yeah.
Bro.
I was watching Banks' Instagram when he was sharing all those houses, and I was like, shit, for things like that, we barely get something remotely small here in Holland. And like, I want to go there. Like, you get a garage, you get a yard, you get everything.
Yep.
What would 460 get you in Holland?
460?
What would that get you?
It depends which city.
2-bedroom. Let's just like your city.
Is that expensive out there?
I think. Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive. Yeah, you can get like a house on its own, like proper with this for that kind of money. Like inside the city, you'll probably like, bro. We live like, I don't know if I can show you, but it's like all the houses is like on top of each other.
Oh damn!
See, like there's a house. So our neighbors is like attached to one another.
Would you ever move to the States?
I want to. If I can get a sponsor and stuff and good money, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Make the move, and I guarantee you a sponsor will come.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait on the sponsor. Don't wait on the sponsor.
So you mean like ask them?
No, don't even ask.
No, just make the move to the States, and then once you're here,
he's saying it's coming.
There's no way you're not, bro. People are gonna hear this on YouTube, and probably start talking to their sponsors about you.
Hey,
bro,
what?
You're coming.
Let me talk to you. I got you, bro. I got you. But again, you know what?
There you go.
Hey,
move. But just so DJ, you still in San Diego? Don't move to San Diego.
I'm in Belmont Shores, so I'm like 30 minutes from LA, but I'm in Belmont Shores, like right by the beach.
Oh, okay.
Still Cali though.
You ever thinking about moving?
That's San Diego.
I can't leave SoCal, bro.
Yeah, it's too.
I mean, it's expensive, but it's beautiful. I sleep to the waves, so I can't leave.
And not to mention, bro, I feel like you're on vacation at least once a month. You enjoying life, bro. I love that.
I mean,
that's what I told him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bro, he's out of the house every weekend. I don't know how he can do that.
Bro, I swear, he's on a beach with his girl, just chilling, relaxing. I'm like, damn, that's a life. then 1 minute, it's a picture of the beach.
But this guy is not sleeping, bro. I told him every time, go to bed. He's like, in the weekends, he's in Vegas. Then he's there. Yeah. Then he's there. Other show. Bro, go to sleep, bro. 2 o'clock in the morning, he's still up.
That's why. If you follow him, man, there's like one story is him on the beach, another one is reposting his client who just won somewhere. Right, so it's a dope life to live, but nonetheless, guys.
That's what they say. Successful people, they often don't sleep a lot.
Yeah, well, it's hard to sleep, bro, when you got that many clients being successful all over the world. You got a life to live. You know, I think this is the year DJ came on the scene more than any. Obviously, the years with Chiron, obviously put him on the radar, but I think he kicked in the motherfucking door this year with the guys that he has. It's fucking insane. So I'm telling you, I think you might be the coach that has the most qualified Olympians.
No, Cuts got 11. I have 4, maybe pending 5, hopefully.
Cuts has 11 current qualified?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Cuts got 11. I got 4, so I'm hoping for 1 more. I hope I get a starting 5 and I'm good.
Well, outside of that, man, you really made a name for yourself, and it's really cool to see what you do. I've been paying really close attention, man. Like, and then backstage last year, it was dope. But outside of that, guys, this is the end.
Hey, Erin, we should link up, bro. We should go train together. Hit me
when you get here. When you land?
Super late. I think around 12 at night tomorrow.
Shit.
We're training Thursday.
When's the show? Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Think-
I'm gonna live stream.
yeah.
Drew, let's do a live.
We
and
can
do
link
live
Thursday.
commentary
Okay.
or something like.
And the thing is, they haven't even told us that there's going to be a live, so it might not be a live, fellas.
But the
Wow.
thing about Dubai, I did it, was it last year? Yeah. They like
Yeah.
no like registration. You don't know when we're getting up. It's all over the place, man.
And
Like
yo,
the day of the show, they'll send you a message or they'll post on their Instagram. Yeah, pros needs to be there at 7.
if there's no live stream, I'm gonna be pissed. Like all this money going
Yeah,
into it.
hell
I don't think
bro.
there
Yeah,
is,
that's
bro.
what I was gonna say. It's crazy.
Wait,
That's the thing.
so they
Like,
did
I
have
was
one?
talking. They didn't have
Last
one
year,
last
did they
year.
have
I
one?
don't think.
They didn't have one last year?
No,
Not
I
that-
think
no.
I think because they're very strict with like I don't know like
Yeah,
they're
their
really strict.
video production. Yeah, so
I haven't
like,
seen
streaming
one
it to
single
the
picture
world.
of me, like beside from like I think Wesley Visser's photographer. He took one picture of me. I think only that picture I have. Like from the media, not a
You
single
gotta
picture.
find somebody that's there that could
Yeah, hire
potentially
'em.
stream or
Yo,
Let me know, Aaron. Let
is
me
your
know
girl
if there's
going?
anybody out
I'll
there.
keep y'all updated. But
Yeah.
I just talked to Bader, the promoter, and he was like, "We don't know if we're gonna do it yet." I'm like,
Damn.
Yeah.
"Bro, this type of show
Damn, bro.
should
It doesn't
definitely
make
be
any sense.
covered."
It doesn't make any sense.
Damn.
Everybody, bro, maybe Olympians are doing it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But whatever. We'll figure it out. But nonetheless, is there anything you guys want to add before we get out of here?
Just want to give a shout out to the boys that are competing in Dubai this weekend. If we can't get a stream and we can't talk to you before, which we
We'll keep you
definitely will
updated.
try to stay in touch.
Yeah.
Wish you guys the best of luck. Just, do what you guys got to do. This has been a long time coming for Aaron. ABISAI, I'm excited for you. It's the third show of the year for you, and you gotten better the first two. So I'm excited to see how you're going to be next to the final boss. So I have you up there. I have you up there.
And again, guys, this is our first time we've ever had 5 people in total on the pod. And
It's crazy, huh?
I think-
Hella.
I
Yeah.
think this episode was hands down my favorite yet. DJ, I appreciate your insight on your experience as a coach and obviously getting to know you personally. And again, AB, same thing, man. I think your personality needs to be highlighted more. We know what the potential you have for your physique, but again, as a leader, as somebody who can, further this community, it's even more so now having a chance to actually finally talk to you for an extended period of time. And again, man, this is just the beginning. This is what Men's Physique Radio is here to do, is trying to promote the division, give more value back to those who are watching. And we're just scratching the surface. So as always, guys, we
Yeah,
appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you for joining us, fellas.
Hopefully we can do one of these Men's Physique radios.
Bro, that's the thing, man. We're not, once we have a guest on, we're not done with the guest, right? Whenever y'all want to come back on, you hit me up. If y'all got something to say, if y'all want to be on here, y'all just want to, give y'all value.
That's the thing, and people who have not been on the show, if you're asking to be on the show, please just request a time and make
Yes.
sure you're on time.
That's the
And
biggest-
then we are giving you guys the platform to give your story, your side. It's kind of like it also kind of helped me in a sense, just letting people know who I really am and letting people
Yeah.
know my character, and not, oh, he's just an asshole or he's arrogant, he's cocky. Well, at the end of the day, that's how you feel because you don't know me.
Yep.
You don't know my mindset. You don't know where I come from. I came from the west side of Fresno with crackheads in front of my house, and me literally seeing people get shot in the face. Like, bro, that's not
Yeah.
that's not being arrogant and cocky. But I knew where I come from. I come from the mud. So
Yeah.
when I did move and kind of pushed myself and got out of the juvenile type of mentality, it was just all dogs when it was sports, and then I just kept that mindset. So we're giving you guys the platform to express what you got to express, show the world who you are. You know what I mean? And it's good to know that ABISAI is actually
My
on here
man.
in a super
To make it
humble
more
dude.
easier for you guys, just say Abby.
Abby. All right.
Yeah.
Abby.
Of AB abs. Aaron
Yeah, I
said
think-
abs.
whatever.
I think
Also
say-
I
good.
say abs.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
say
say
abs.
I can't say Abby.
So-
I can't call another man Abby.
Yeah.
But like just like Aaron said, man. If you want to be on the
AB or abs.
I like AB. I coined that, by the way. But
Okay.
again, we want to continue to do what we're doing, enhance the men's physique division. If you guys want to be on the podcast, don't be shy. Ask, right? Again, we just want to bring on good people who are positive minded and going to continue to want to value pushing the sport forward. But outside of that, guys, another episode down. Comment below, who do you want us to have on the podcast next? Cuts, if you're watching this, hurry your ass up. But nonetheless, we
I'll-
love you, appreciate y'all, and until the next one, peace.